Okay, I'll record now. So turn on. Hey guys, I am. Let's see. So this is a. So basically, just use. I am repeating. Okay, just use your 1 point perspective grid to get started, so that we don't have to draw the grid again. And then now, after you done that, I organize these into one folder, like 1 point guide initial, so that I can turn on and off. Okay, and I leave the draw guide 1 point perspective outside of any folder. Now I'm gonna create a new layers, and this one I'm gonna call a square for circle. Okay, reference. Okay, so now I'm gonna just draw the line from the bottom, started from here. I'm gonna using a guide tool, and I'm gonna use a kind of a little blue color. Just drag the line like that. Okay, and basically we're gonna create a square, and then we put the circle inside. Now right here I can just go ahead, drag one line there. Okay, so now on here though, so this will be, what about if I do like this? Okay, I want that to be the length. Now I have to find the 45-degree angle from this corner, bottom corner, hold shift key, and then I will get, here we go, I will get the cross section that will be a length of the square. So in this point I'm using line tool or shift, here we go. So now I get a square equal side in full side. So now I'm gonna create a hold shift key again to ensure that they are 45-degree. So now I get the center point here, and now if we draw by hand for the circle, we have to divide again and again and again, if you remember. And at this point I'm gonna just use the guide to just divide it only one horizontal line and one vertical line, and that's all I need, because we're gonna speed things up a little bit. And then I control click, flip, and then I grab that. Okay, so, and I skip the record on the concept of structure, because you already know mine is a little off on the center here, but that's okay. Gonna just let it go. Okay. Oh, okay. Nope. And so this is where I am, and I'm gonna create one layer, another layers, and I'm gonna call circle guide for square 1. For the just square is fine. Okay, I'm gonna use similar color so that I can sync this one. I'm gonna use the same color actually and choose ellipse, elliptical ellipse shape. And now I didn't do a good job again right there. Can you see? Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna I can't let go. I'm gonna have to fix this one. So I think it's right about there. Nope, that's too far. Come on. Uh-oh. What is it? Okay. One moment. Nope. I should, I'm gonna have to get that line in. It's off too much. Okay. Let me erase some of these. What is this? Oh, I was in the wrong layer. Sorry. Let me get this quick. Oh, now I lose the, oh man. Yeah, when I am not separate the layer, this is what I get. Always better to separate the layer. Okay. Finally. Okay. So, circle, ellipse tool. Make sure you turn on pixel. I'm gonna start it from the center here, hold shift. And if you hold shift, it doesn't start it from the center at Alt key. Because last time I turned on a, I'm off a little bit, but that's okay. I turned on the started from center. Okay, that's enough. Save my file. Now I'm gonna create a new layers, and I'm gonna call a square one. Square one. Or you can call draw square. Ooh, my cap is on. Okay. Square one. Okay. On square one, I'm gonna use black color. You can use any color you want, and I'm gonna use brush. So that a little distinguish. First, from this corner, you can tap and tap. Or you can draw the line to hold shift, and then just drag. Here we go. And then just connecting it. So here we go. Okay. Okay. My so much off. Okay. So that's the first square. Now, the next square is, you can do 45-degree right away. So I'm gonna create a new, let me copy the name here. New layers. Okay. This one would be number 2. Oops. Dang it. Square. 2. Copy the name. Copy. Okay. Square 2. I can start it from here. So this time, just focus on the corner of this circle. So if I click and then tap, I have to do it. Here we go. So that's another square line, and then I can go on and on, and then I can tap there, tap here, tap there. Let me add a little more right here. Okay. That's good enough. Okay. So now you get another one. Square number 2. Now, we need 2 more square. Actually, will accomplish everything. So now we need half of this line right here, half of it. So if you remember, you can find between this section by using a circle, like a compress to compress it, right? Or you can try to figure it out to divide this, but that's going to be a lot of work. So let's do compress technique. So I'm going to turn everything off, all the square off. I'm going to get the division here. So the division here is this. First, we already got that half we want between here. So I'm going to create a, let's above this circle guide for square, create a new layer and call division guide. Guides. Okay. Ooh. And on division guides, this is what you do. Okay. You can use a elliptical marquee tool. Okay. You started from here. You just do only one side. So from here, any line that cross here, and then click Alt and Shift, and then just drag. Sorry, hold on one moment. Let me show you. Let me do. Okay. I want you to make the radius can be any size, but it have to be overlap half of it. So any side, hold Shift, Alt, and then make sure it's big enough that appear to be overlap, like more than half. You can do even more like this. So, and then go to selection, modify border 1 pixel, and I'm going to use how about red color, and then you use brush to paint. Oh, you can fill it, but if you fill it, you're going to have a lot of line. So I would make sure you can do something like I'm going to make the brush size really big. So I'm going to paint it like this. That's it. Just make sure that these lines are coming more than half of it. On the top doesn't matter. So if I do, now, Control D to deselect it, it look like this. We wanted to find the middle. So now you do the same thing with this area. So it can be any side, but it has to go beyond the middle. And then I'm going to keep going. Here we go. And it doesn't, oh, it doesn't matter how big it is. And it doesn't have to be exactly the same size neither. Just make sure they overlap. So now, when you do like that, and actually, let me think quick. We probably, let's see if it's off. And if it's off, we might have to use a same size. Let's try, because I don't remember. I don't do this often anyway. So 1, and then B. I'm gonna paint. Now that's cross. I think it seems work. Doesn't matter what side it is. Here we go. And then on the division, you can use the same layer or separate layers, doesn't matter. I'm going to use red, I'm getting lazy. And I'm going to use line 2. So on the line 2, started from here, that cross, on the cross section. And then just drag. Make sure they cross on the center, and then you just move until all the way to the other side, outside of the circle. Let's see if it looks like a half or not. It appears to be, hey guys, I think it's a little off. Okay, so in that case, I apologize for that. We're gonna have to do a different way. Just undo. We're gonna have to use exactly same size. Undo. Okay. And then just fill with foreground color. Ooh. undo too far. Make sure border on, and then pixel fill with foreground color. Here we go. And now Control and deselect. We're gonna have to use that same circle and reposition them. So I'm gonna duplicate this layer. Control T. Now this is what you get. Move and make sure that center point are lined up. Now we will get more. We will get a exactly in the middle. So it has to be same size. And take your time to move around until it's really lined up so that they are really on the center. Use the here we go. That's it. Okay. So deselect, press done or execute it. So now we can do this. And we're gonna save time. We are not going to do a I think that we might have to do left and right. So let's try this first. And I'm gonna go to a square for circle reference so that we can divide it from there. I'm gonna, oh, you can create a new layers if you like. I'm getting lazy. So I'm gonna start with the different color right there, and then cross it. Now, this time we make sure that they are really on the right position. Let me get to the blue. I wanted to synchronize them. Here we go. And okay. And then now we're gonna use the same circle because we already have one here. And then we can add that. We can do another trajectory there. So basically you can do just only one left, one side. I'm gonna go back to division, guide, copy, duplicate again. Now we get another one, Control T. I'm gonna move this down. And then let's place it right there. Let's zoom in. Hey, what did I do wrong?
You put it on the corner of the square, not the circle. Not on the spot where the...
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you're right. I got confused myself. Here we go. Thank you. And I think that might be a little off, but that should be okay. I'm gonna go back to circle again, and then draw from here. Oop, let me zoom out. Here we go. Hey guys, in the future, when you already now you will understand how to construct them, but in the future, Photoshop has the N-Con tool. I think it's right here, and then you can increase. You might have to turn off something under setting, and then choose. I think symbol or unsymbol star. Yep. And then you use the star, and then you can get those lines. Just change how many segments do you want it, so that you don't have to do something like this. Just use any digital tool to help you to speed things up. Okay, so, and I need one more this side to there and here to there, and then I should be able to complete everything. So I'm gonna duplicate, and then oh, this I use the I do it right. Duplicate that. Okay. So number 3, Control T, and then I hold space bar, and Control key. my circle a little off, it's okay. So I'm gonna just keep using the square and just circle as just a reference to look at. So you might see that my box might be a little bit outside of the the square. No, the circle reference. So if I add, okay, and I'm gonna duplicate it again. I got number 4, and this one just move it up. I should have moved with shift key. Here we go. Smart guy is on. That helped me a little bit. Now I can dodging it. Okay. A little off. Maybe. Okay. A little off, that's okay. And I'm gonna go back to circle and change to line to the circle square for circle reference. And then from there, okay. Okay. Oop. Too far off. Okay. So we slide it more, and I'm gonna group the division guide together in one folder called division guides. Oh, my cap lock is on. Okay, so something like this, and then I can turn off the division guide. So now this is what we get. Save. Okay. So box 1, box 2, square 1, square 2. Now I'm gonna create another layer called square 3, and then you just move to one of this corner. Okay. So if I do this section, it need to go on here, right? So because if you count, it's about 2 division each side. So if I started from here, so 1, 2, and then 3 here, right? Like 2 and 4. So if I tab, let's say it, you can use line 2 too if you want. I'm gonna use pencil because I like the appearance of the thick and thin line. Okay, so I can tab, and then right here, see, and then now I'm gonna count 2, 4 right here. So, whoop, doesn't do it for me. 1, 2. Okay, and just count 4 span, 4 division. Link 1, 2, and then right here. Okay, save your file. Now I'm gonna do the last one. Just count 4 span, 4 division to link 1, 2, 4. There we go. 2, 4. Okay. 2, 4. And And then the last one. Oop. Come on. Okay. So now we're done with that square. Save. And let's try to animate this. Okay. So save your file quick. So now you got an idea. So I'm gonna combine these, like the division folder guide and everything else. I'm gonna drag and drop to a folder name, and I'm gonna call guide for square. Guides. Come on. Okay. And actually, we do animation after, because we can do one animation done. So now this is how it look, right? If I turn this off, so 1, 2, 3. Oh man. Hey guys, I draw the third and fourth together. You got an idea. So I can't animate this. I have to redraw if I need to, if I want to. So anyway, now we got that. Turn on a, where's my drawing guide? I think I might delete it by accident. I did. Darn it. I think I need more coffee. Okay, I delete that by accident. So I'm gonna open my original and copy and paste. It's a good thing about computer, huh? Okay. Let me grab, oh, I think I go too far. Version. Open. 1 point. Great. Here we go. Yeah. And Control A, copy. And Control V. Here we go. I still can do that. And I might have to come back and fix my square so that I can animate with the box. So now, let's do this. For the box, I think this is gonna call a 1 point grid. In 1 point grid, I don't want to touch 1 point grid, so the square, let me put all the square inside square in the guide folder, guides for square in another folder, and I'm gonna call full square squares. Okay, so organize it so that it won't be too many, too much layering on your screen. So now 1 point, let's turn on lock pixel so that you can't touch it. Okay, and then create a new layers, and we're gonna call initial box, initial square, initial square. I mean, when you do on your own, you don't have to name like this. You don't have to create too many layers. It just falls so that we can go back and check our reference. And I'm gonna dim. I can't dim it right now, so I'm gonna have to unlock the 1 point grid and then dim it. We just want to see just only lightly. Okay, and then now I can lock it again. Let's do 20. Okay. Oh, you can't see it, right? Okay, hold on. 30. Can you see it? 30? No? Wow. How about 50? Can you see it? 50? No? Okay. Mine is too bright now. 70? Okay, 70, you still can see it? Okay, good. Okay, so now I'm gonna lock this layer, lock the pixel, and on initial square, let's pick, I think if we pick, let's pick 4 grid, square, 4 square grid. So if we do 4 square, it will go either toward toward to the left or toward to the right, which is still okay. Why not? So I'm gonna, let's draw the first initial square. So will be one here. That might be too big, isn't it? Oh, why not? Hey guys, let's do 3 is fine. No, if it's 3, we're gonna have to divide a lot more. Let me think quick. Let's do 4. So 4, so if I tap line here, and let me, this time I'm gonna use a little blue though, because my grid is already, you know what? I'm gonna change the grid color a little bit. So use adjustment color, adjustment layer, and choose hue saturation. Turn on colorize, and then you just hold Alt key and click in between to clipping the hue and saturation adjustment layer to 1 point grid. So that's all it's going to affect on the that layer. Now it might not turn on. You might need to unlock the pixel temporarily. I don't know why it's not changing color. So okay, let me brighten it up. Wait. Hey guys, you don't need to unlock them. It just I forgot to bring this. Can you see? And then make saturation, and you can use any color you want. I'm gonna do a little crayon. Okay, now that's it. So that my drawing will be black. It might be too hard for you to see. Let me bump it up. I'm gonna just make it 100 so that you can see it. Okay, so like that, right? Now, we're done with that. Select the initial square. I'm gonna use 4 grid on horizontal. So I'm gonna change to black because my square is different color. So I'm gonna start it from this side and then count 4. I'm gonna just draw it. There we go. And then on the vertical, you need to do 4 also. So this one I'm gonna have to do dot 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. And then go back to 4. Okay, something like that. All right. Okay. So now we're gonna have to create those division on here. So the division, I'm gonna use another layers, and you can put it below the initial square, and then we can call division. Okay. And on division, I'm going to use line 2, different color as needed. I'm going to do a little pink or red so that it's a little brighter. And start it from one corner to the other corner, like this. So basically, we're going to create ellipse inside. Okay. Ellipse inside. And then go ahead. Go all the way. Ooh. Here we go. Something like that. Okay. And we're gonna have to get in the middle here too. Luckily, we got this right, but I don't know if that's gonna be correctly. So we're gonna have to use a circle division to help again to get that cross line. Okay, we can't rely on the grid though. It might be looks kind of exactly same, but You know what? Because we do four corner, or like, we already got four. I don't think we need to do that. I think like that should look, because this one should look shorter. That's correct. Okay. So on the division same, I'm gonna use slightly different color so that I can have a better reference. So use line 2, started from middle here, and then go across the center. So now my a little off here. That doesn't look right. Yeah. Okay, it's not working. So we're gonna have to use the circle division. So create a new layers. This one gonna be circle. Okay, you can call circle divide. Just divide. Div. Okay, and I'm gonna use yellow. So now, oh, I almost forget. We have to create a circle inside first, right? So the ellipse. Um, let's try to uh, cheat, cheat on this by using ellipse shape again. Ellipse 2. And you can use any color you want. I think I'm gonna do a little crayon. And started from the center. Mine is a little off because the way I draw it, can you see it's off? So, but the center is right there on the center. So just click and hold shift, draw like this first. Okay, make it big. Okay, here we go. And then I'm gonna reduce the opacity so that I can see through. Okay, and we're gonna use a transform tool, Control T, but we need, I think we have to use a shift key a lot. Right now though, I want you to move this center. So if I hold, let's see, what do I hold? Oop, I think might be control. Hold on. Let me undo quick. Control key, can you see? Grab the center because these big radius, the radius diameter need to be fit right here because we're just lazy to draw. So I hold Control key again and then move only this side, and we're gonna have to keep going. Actually, hold on, undo. I can hold Control and Alt together. Yep. So move it from the center. Now it should crooked like this at the moment. Okay. And then now, how do I break this? Nope. So I think Control Shift. Oh, Control Shift, you can break it. No, you can't. What? Oh yeah, just Control. Sorry. Right there. And then I'm gonna have to move a little bit more until it fit inside. So just focus on the corner. I can't do it. Okay. Would warp doing that? So I turn on warp. No. If it warp, hold on. Warp. Can I do costume? Racing. Nope. Warp doesn't. Nope. So right now I need to move this line to there in order to get a correct. You know what? It's okay. Just go ahead. Move the edge until it touch. I hold Control key. And I think that's good enough. Okay. So can you see it look like an ellipse? So, and at this point, now Where my division? Did I undo until it's gone? Oh, I haven't done it yet, so that's why. Okay, so now we got this, save. Okay, so now we're gonna have to slide this as a more pie, right? To slide it. So we're gonna use another layer. This one should be a circle initial. I'm just made it up name. So after that, I can turn off my initial point square, 1 point square temporarily, because we already got that on the square. We perfect. And new layers, I'm gonna call circle division. Here we go. Just to help. And I'm gonna use a elliptical marquee, and go ahead. We're gonna have to do exactly same size. So start it from this corner, hold shift and alt, make it more than half, just eyeballing it like, oh, every time. Okay, let me prepare the angle. Okay, so right there we do the, and just eyeballing it, just big enough, like maybe 2/3 of it, or even more, like a 3/4 of it. Here we go. Because as long as it's overlap, might overlap further if it's bigger, something like that. And I'm gonna use a selection and choose modify and border and fill with some color. One, and fill something that you can identify them. Okay, we just want to see half of it. So deselect. Now drag that folder and duplicate it. Control T, and then just move this corner to there. You can use a dodging technique with the left and right arrow key too when it closes, so that you get kind of precise, basically. You know. Now you get that corner, you get that intersection again. So I'm gonna save my file, and I'm gonna go ahead and add more circle until it's like 1, 2, and 3, 4. So it's about 6. Is that 6? Yeah, it's about 6 circle. Maybe not. So that 2. Okay, yeah, 6. So now I'm gonna duplicate again. Control T, and then started to move it a little bit first, and then I'm gonna use arrow key to kind of moving around, arrow up and down, left and right. Now I think I got it, and then duplicate it again. Control T, move to get start. Oh, this side I could not get them big enough. Can you see? Right here. So I'm gonna have an extra circle because now they are not circle, they are ellipse. So that's fine. Let me move these to the top one then, because foreshortening happening now. Okay, and that's good. That one. Now this one though, I'm gonna have to draw another one, and I might have to add extra circle just for that part. I forgot that this is ellipse. It's not a full square circle, so it's require more radius on one side. Here we go. And I'm gonna fill this selection modify border. There we go. And then just fill with foreground color. Deselect, save your file, and I'm gonna duplicate this one and then put to the other side. Oh, okay, guys. I have two circles in there, so I did not. Anyway, hold on. I'm gonna have to undo. Here we go. I have to create another layers. This one will be circle division 4. Circle div 4. Okay. And fill with color. Okay. And then now I can drag and drop to duplicate the layers. And let me deselect first. Control T. And move this to this side. So right here, I'm gonna use a arrow key to help. Just dodging it. Here we go. Okay. So now I am ready to create the division. So, and I can just go back to the layer division layers right here. Division. I'm gonna use slightly different color, probably same color as the circle. No, that would be too confusing. I'm gonna use pink again, lighter. And use line tool. And go ahead. Make sure they cross the center. Hey guys, mine's off. I just focus on this vertical and horizontal. So I think it's good enough. Yeah. So right here, and I focus on the intersection of the vertical and horizontal line, not the diagonal. So, okay. And then right here too. Now can you see this is much easier than when I tried to attempt it the first time. Whoa, the music. It's like an action music or dancing, I don't know. Kind of remind me the John Wick. Anybody see John Wick? There will be part, wait, how many parts is already? 4. Oh, there was another one they call, it's not part 5, but it's female killer one. I can't wait to see that one. Okay, so now, female hitman, not killer. Female Papa Yaga, that's what it is. Okay, so now when you get all the slicing just on the circle division, put into its own layers, bunch of them. I'm gonna call a circle divided reference. Okay, and I can turn that off now. Here we go. And oh, what's going on with this line? I think I used something. Oh, hey guys, this one is incorrect. The reason is I have to use why is incorrect? It's already more than half. From here to there, right? Huh. That's one side incorrect. Oh no. Yeah. What did I do wrong? I think that ellipse won't work because when I redraw those on the top of it, I think we could just use the initial guide here and just use that. Yeah, that's why I do 4, and then now I confuse myself. So if I create a new, let me try a new layer. Don't do it yet. Where did I draw the division here? Let me duplicate that division and then Control A, delete. Oh, what did I do? Oh. And then I turn this off. Control A, delete. Here we go. One moment, guys. Let me try this. I think we don't even need to do all of those, because if I do, let's say one there. Yeah. And then that should work. Yeah, guys. Sorry, I think too hard. Yeah, that's why that's why I choose a 4 division. Yeah, it's my bad. Because it's ellipse, it can't be equal because they all deform it on each division. So, sorry guys, you can delete that layer and just draw using those division because it's already half. And that should be correct, even though it might look like, wait a minute, why these are so narrow? Because of foreshortening that cause it. So, yeah. Because when I use that technique, what happening is it get this. Because when I do on my original, I actually draw each circle manually. Like, that's why I have all point on on the ellipse shape. That's what my original is. So um, let me open the original so that I can explain to you why when I do using grid, I thought I could do shortcut, but then I forgot myself of what is the concept was. So let me see. Just want to show you the concept of it. PDF, rotate box, rotate square. Okay. So this is what I did before. Let me turn everything off. So draw a circle. No. Okay, right here. Let me find the initial one. Profile rotate. No. So this one division. Drawing circle. Okay. See, when I did the original, I draw all the point like this. So when I create I couldn't find it in some of the photo that I saved. So when you have a foreshortening, I still drawing by hand. So I divide this in perspective, like all of these points, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 point. And in perspective, that's why I can get this point to create a cube inside, like 4 point at a time. And that's how I get it really correctly right away on the ellipse shape. I should have do that. I shouldn't have tried to do shortcut like this. So, but now you get the idea now, like what it happened. So, and okay, and I think if we draw the circle, we might get this shift to right here instead. So it may not be exactly like 25 degree or 22.5 degree at the time when it's rotated, but it should be good enough to do rotation. So, okay, and I think we can start it now. So I can turn off, leave the circle, and then initial square. So that will be initial square, and then now create a new layers and call uh, cube one. Cube one. Okay. In cube one, you can go ahead using a black color or something, and the rest of these we can actually start to dim them. So I'm gonna grab all of these folder, like on the guide folder, including initial square, drag and drop to one layer, and then I'm gonna call, how about initial, what should I name? Initial square rotate, square reference. Okay, and then now cube one. So the cube one, let's pick this center corner like 45 degree first. So I'm gonna use brush 2, and then I'm gonna grab right here, tap 1, 45 degree first, 2. Let me do a little more. Here we go. And then count to each side. So 1, 2, and 4 here. Okay. Okay. And then 1 here. And then 2 and 4 there. Okay. So now, I forgot, we need to dim this more. Oh, you don't see the circle, right? Here we go. Okay. So I think I'm gonna go in and then dim the square, initial square. Where's initial square? 0.1 great division. Oh, here. So initial square, you can turn it off actually, initial square, because we don't need it. We just need the circle. Okay. So, and then go to, now, base cube 1. So now we're gonna create the straight line so that we're gonna find the font location. So you can grab this vertical guide, match to here, and then match to the other side. Okay. Now we are not going to create guide for this because we're getting lazy. So just add another one on the back, two more. Here we go. You might need to zoom in and then grab the guide, ruler guide. Here we go. So something like this. The next thing we need though, we need a 45 degree reference. So I'm going to create another layers, and I'm going to call cube 145. Just something, and I'm going to drop that cube 145 below the cube 1 draw. Let me name cube 1 draw. Okay, so that has a little more distinguished. So at this point though, I'm going to use a line 2 on the cube 145. And I'm going to use different colors, so I'm going to go with brighter color. And because this is the font straightforward, you can hold shift and drag 45 degree, you get that. Now, on the cube draw, on the first one, you could just start it to draw with black color. Only on this side, we want to figure out the area that are cross. So, right here. Oh, I need to use pen, brush. It looks prettier. Okay. Here we go. So, and now you can grab the horizontal guide and drop it right there. So, see like that. Okay. And if we change our mind, we wanted to create a reference so that we can see later, we could. So now I can draw on the cube one draw. I'm gonna get focus only on the font section, on the font plane. The font plane, oops, zoom in, make sure you start it. Try to optimize the offset a little more, as much as you can, so that it doesn't look awkward, doesn't look too off. Come on. Okay. Now, let me initialize reference. Can I dim it more? I can't. Okay. So, now, for the length from the height on the back, don't do it yet. We need to create a, I'm going to call cube one per perspective. Cube one perps. Okay. So you can use any line color you want. I'm going to use a little, how about green might be too blending in it. Well, I'm going to try. How about a little cool green. Okay. So you use line 2. You started from the vanishing point, and you don't need to be perfect at this one. So start off with vanishing point, cross to the font, corner on each side. Okay. And then do one more, touch the back side. Actually, on the bottom, you don't have to do it. Do we need it? Yeah, on this one, you don't need it. Okay, here we go. Just only that. Now, can you see the line that across right here? That's going to be our depth. What did I do wrong? Right here. I think mine is offset so much. Can you see that line are not matched? What did I do? I don't know which line that crossed that. See, my width is incorrect on this side. I think because my grid is off. Yeah. No, my ellipse is off. That's what it is. Okay. So, hey guys, it's supposedly right here and there need to be crossed. So, no. It's not just only the ellipse. Also, my vanishing point are off too. So if I look at on the vanishing point, I think I started from here. Yeah. Hey guys, my vanishing point is too far off. So it probably that's what the issue was. So in this case, guys, no big deal. Just focus on one corner. Hey guys, this perspective is off. So I have no choice, but we still work around. So first, let's get the one as a base point first, right here, and then tap there. And from here, ignore this reference line, but meet on the vertical line. And then you can tap like this. So, going to be off, but that's going to be correct perspective. It's just because my ellipse is off, my vanishing point is off, everything's off. So that's what it is. But if I do this way, let me turn everything off. Now can you see it still look okay? Looks like correct perspective. So that what I was mentioned from the beginning, that when you started to do your project, like no, yeah, in the future, not from this class, you could just like eyeballing it, everything. Because if the perspective looks all right to you, or you might have to ask your friend to help to look at, because sometimes you do it on your own, you just feel like it's correct, but it might not exactly. So, and don't forget, you have to do the back side too. Okay. So, and then on the back side, you're gonna create a ghosting. Okay. So, ghosting. Okay. Now, all the guide, remove them. I can do Shift and Alt to select all the guide and hit delete. Okay. So now when I switch back to eraser 2, missing one guide, because we're gonna have to create another guide later on. Now do you get an idea? So now we can do 45 degree, like midway here. So at this point, before I move on, cube 1 draw, let's do this. Oh, okay, that wasn't and let me make it small size. Here we go. Okay, create a transparency. So that when we animate the rotation, we don't get confused. Something like this. Save your file. Okay, the first one. We're gonna have to do only 4 cubes, that's all, to really animate looping. So now I am going to put cube 1 perspective and cube 145 into its own folder, and then I'm gonna call cube 1 guide. Cube 1 guides. Okay. You can change color if you need to. Now I'm gonna bring back to the initial square reference. And for cube 1, you can keep it there just for your own reference. And then I'm going to create a new layer called cube 245. Oh no, we don't have to do cube 445 anymore. It just, I think, cube 2 guide. Because we already get the height correctly, we get one first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Already, those planes will be our area to contain the line. Okay, so now I'm gonna call cube 2 guides, this one. Okay, and I'm gonna create another layer called cube 2 draw. Are you guys doing okay? Anybody kind of lost or anything? Okay. So now let's start to get a bottom plane first on the cube draw. We don't need guide yet. We just need a cube draw. So now you count 4 sections to rotate, right? Just only 4 sections. So it means I can start it from these focus on within the circle. So you can use line 2 or you can use brush. It's totally up to you. So let's do 45 first because the easy one, 45. So you tap one there and corner here. Now, hey guys, see my ellipse is off because it has to be 4 corner. So let me bring it back to the initial square quick, right here. So if I tap right there, right, the dot here, let me load this down so that is a little lighter. Oh, you can't see it. Can you see my square, the initial one? Wow, that's 100. How about that? You see? So I'm going to focus on the draw. I'm going to tap right here on the corner and there. Not on my ellipse because my ellipse is small. This is the things, it's off. If I have to take a test for the production drafting, I would fail like miserably, badly. So now from here to there, go, and just keep going, and that one to here and there. So here we go. Make sure they are not outside outside the square on this part. Here we go. On this second square. Here we go. So okay. Now we're gonna project the line, but before you project the line, use cube draw guide. Start off with the straight line, vertical line, drop in there. Drop in there. So here we go. Something like that. Oh, zoom in. Even though mine's already like off a lot, but I'm gonna do my best. Go ahead, draw all, drag the 4 lines. Full vertical guide. Full vertical guide. Mine still keep off. Well, it's okay. Got no choice anymore. Okay. So look like that. Now, what we need is we need the vanishing point now. So I'm going to use any color you want to. Start it from vanishing point. Let's see if I really able to bring it back my perspective guide temporarily. Where's my vanishing? Oh, perspective. Oh, it's under initial, not that one. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn everything off except for initial. My station, picture frame. Huh. Okay. Okay. Nope. Okay. I don't know which one is which. Initial. Well, I don't have that. So, this has happened when you don't organize them well. So, once again, it's going to be a lot off, but I have no choice. So I'm going to start it from there, and then, oh, where am I? Oh, my bad. We're going to need 45 reference. So, and now 45 reference on here, I think I didn't set it up well. I'm gonna right there to here. Oh, I know. Center. Figure out the center of the font one first. That's what we need. So right here to there. And then from there we got the center. and then from here to that one. Okay, and then we need a 45. So in this case, hey guys, because it's become a 2-point perspective, so we need to bring it back. Your initial, find the center here, and then I'm gonna go. So this one, a guide, we're gonna have the line 45 degree from this. See the bottom there? Station point, hold shift key and drag. That one will be our 45 degree stationary point. So I'm gonna name square 45 reference, 45 degree ref. Okay, so I'm gonna cause that line. Here we go. So 45, you can either pick one of the side. Probably has to be this side for now. So I'm gonna use slightly different color. Line 2. Start from this corner and go all the way. No, guys, wrong. Has to be on the center corner because I do the right side. If you do the left, you can use that line. So like, wait a minute. That's not right. 45 from there. The reference point. It's supposed to be somewhere there instead. What did I do wrong? Because this is a 45 degree. One moment, that's not right. That's this angle. Oh, hey guys. Actually we don't need 45. Sorry. So what you need is you need half of this top part. We need to use, because this is the angle we want, right? But we can get this plane to there, and then let's see. We need to find 45 degree on the top of the first circle. Actually, we can use these two, right? So if we do 1, 2, 3, that will be a point. Yeah. One moment, let me think quick. So if I do that one, I think that would be correct. So on the guide, let me create another layer above it. I'm gonna do this way. Find this corner because it has to be from that box. Okay. And then now you get that center. So you have to divide this center. Here we go. And okay, might be off a little. Here we go, something like that. So now I get that division. Oh, I didn't do it too long. Hold on. Let me do it again. Hey guys, make sure you cross the far left vertical and the far right vertical. Now you get this. See that? And that's what we need. So now if I go to draw, I'm gonna do like this. So brush, can you look at my screen quick? So I tap from here. Oh, let me make it darker. And then meet it right the center there. Oh, black color. Okay. So 1 and 2. Let me make it darker. And then font here. I'm gonna try to avoid offset as much as I could. Nope. It's too small. Here we go. That's it. Okay. So now, if I turn everything off, can you see it look like this? Oh wait, how did I miss that? Oh, you guys, I forgot. Right here, I need to go to this far. That's what I missed. It's too many lines. My eyes are just getting tired. Here we go. Now, should look like this at the moment. Can you see? And then now you can connect one there to here. Okay. There to here to there. And then now from the center here. Oop. Hey guys, I missed it again. I missed this. That's okay. It's just because mine is so off. Everything are just so far off. So I don't get a accuracy at all. Here we go. Okay. So, and let's get this line too. Okay. So now let me turn off my initial. I don't need it anymore. So now it look like this. Let me grab those lines. Here we go. And let me collapse all of this. Okay. So on Cube Draw, I'm gonna start it to do eraser so that I can create a little ghosting. Okay. Now for the rest of the box, it's gonna be similar, exactly same trick. So now I'm gonna save. Okay.
Still you
Say it again.
okay, grab 1 second.
Yeah. That one you're gonna have to base a little bit. So let's see. So if you go that line here. Yep, that's better. And then the other one to here. So that would be oh wait, you top there. Okay, so that one had to go. So you're gonna have to zoom in and do your best. Like yeah, the angle issue, that one is it's not a big deal. So basically, oops, hold on, let me pause the video. Hey guys, I am pausing video with the ghosting. It's important. Now, your angle might be different than mine. You might see a really narrow top. If you see the narrow top on the narrow bottom, do your best to divide them. Okay. Otherwise, it's going to be, it's because it's so thin, so it will be like really forgivable if it's off a lot. Okay. So, but you need to draw the ghosting like this, so that it can be used for the reference for the next box. So now I turn off the next box. See, now I draw the back side too. Okay. I'll give you, how about, oh, hey guys, we got only 10, 20 minutes, isn't it? Oh, actually 25 minutes. How about 5 minutes? Get that. Okay. And then we do one more box. And the rest of them, the fourth one, do you think can you do it on your own? Okay. So, and then we can do animation next section and start with flat diagram on Wednesday. So now save your file. Okay. Hey guys, the first box, right? Make sure you have all 6 plane. Now the top plane, you're gonna have to add division. Where's my? Can I turn all off? Oh, that's the font. Okay, no. So Where did I? Oh, here. So you have to divide like this. Can you see? And then, where did I miss one line? Here we go. And then the center line here too, in order to get it correctly. Because now, when you check on your bottom part, right here, you can see where it meet on the top. Just one perspective, one vanishing point, and shoot it. I mean, it looks like a two vanishing point, but we use only one point to control it. So, mine's a little off right here on the center, but that's okay. So, and let's see if the one low. Okay. So I basically use a guide division on the top plane on the first one as a reference to rotate them. Okay. So now, how about this? Let's do another one so that you get more idea. So I'm gonna turn off every layers except for the and the where's my square reference? Where's my grid? Here we go. Okay. Initial grid. Okay. So the next one, we actually don't need that line at the moment. See that line, we don't need it anymore. And actually, when I think about it, oh, where's the division? Okay, here we go. So now I'm gonna keep it only these two layers. So the next thing we need to focus is we need on the draw cube 2, right? Create a new layers and call cube 3 guide. Okay. First, you can do guide 1, guide 2. I'm gonna use line 2. So, and I'm gonna change my pixel to 1. The reason is because on the top plane it's so narrow now. Some of you might be narrower than mine. If you are not narrow, good. So go ahead, cross section. This is important. You use the top view to help, and the bottom view you use the original. Or you can start at bottom and top on the same area now. So on the same box. See? Now I get something like this. And then my issue on here is how can I find this angle? So if I do from the top, from the bottom, look like this, right? Hold on, let me do it. Both top and bottom, because now it has a slightly different angle. Here we go. So now when I get to this, how do I go from here to there? Now, luckily this line, because we use the grid, if we don't have, we're gonna have to do from the top. Changing another, can you see it look like this? Because we have grid, so I got that. Now let me make the initial, where's my guide? Initial square, where's my guide? That one, okay, this one. Let me dim a little more. Let me temporarily, now, you can see that line, right? Right here. So now, on here, this one, it hit to that cross. If you look at on a initial square, hold on, where the circle division? Circle copy. Here we go. So now can you see it match? And then right here, you use the line and go there. And then from here, you hold shift. And then there, you hold shift. And then now you link this side to that side. And then this one too. Here we go. And then you link from here to there. Okay. Now I'm going to turn this off again, the initial square. Here we go. So now you get that center. And after you get that center, let's bring the circle initial back. Here we go. Okay. So oh, I draw the wrong line. So let me do it again on the circle guide. Let me undo. Control A, delete. Sorry, I do it too quick. Oop. I think I draw on something else. Let me undo all the way. Here we go. So, okay, we need to turn on a circle and then turn on the division on the copy. That's why we created it. And can you see right there? That's what we need. So I'm going to go back to my Cube 3 guide right here. So that will be the first one, go up. And then you're going to intersect. So this is a kind of the center from there. So, and right here too, right there. Go up. Oop, here we go. Okay. So, and now when you get to there, let's see, 1, 2, 2. If I divide this like this, this one shouldn't be half. I forgot. This one should be I think 1/4 of it. So now you might get a little confused at the moment. It's okay. So first, though, might be a good idea to draw Cube 3 right away. So draw. Did I name? Cube 3 draw. Okay. And now let me get started. So we need to specify this plane, this angle plane, initial plane, and then